What if the HYDRA STOMPER? Marvel Legends, Marvel Studios, Disney Plus. I still haven't seen an episode, but I will binge watch the whole thing one day. I'm digging the artwork. Marvel Legends. In the universe you know, Steve Rogers was the first Avenger, Captain America. In this universe, Steve is injured and fights in the HYDRA STOMPER, an Iron Man armor created by Howard Stark. Say word, that is really chill. So that explains the star. Bam! So this is like Captain America Iron Man, Iron Captain Man, or something like that. Really chill. And he's stomping some HYDRA. Let's get him out of the box. All right, let's take a look at HYDRA STOMPER. So I took a quick second to put him in a pretty dynamic pose right out of the box. I got his elbow at 90 degrees. I have his forward knee as far back as it will go. And I also have his foot as far forward as it will go. So that gives us a pretty articulated pose, despite the fact that he is an enormous figure. He is basically a behemoth class figure, and usually they don't come with the greatest articulation. But his shoulders will also give you full 360-degree rotation. He has the bicep swivel. His hands have the lateral hinge. Very, very nice. So you can get some really emotive looks out of him. His head will go 360 degrees, and you'll get some decent upward, some decent downward, and not too much of a lean in his abdomen. He's got rotation, but no crunch, a little bit of a wobble. He does have the hip hinge, and he has the upper thigh cut that will give you the swivel, which is impressive for a big figure like this. He's got the single jointed knee, single jointed elbows, but they still give you 90, which is really nice considering how big and bulky the armor is. He's got an armor plate here, but it is really soft, and you can go way past 90. And there is no butterfly joint, but that's okay, because you see how well articulated he is despite that. So really nice. Let's see if we can get another cool pose here. All right. Very, very nice. Not too shabby for a gigantic fig. Very cool. Let's see what else we can get going on here. You know what? I really like the oversized nature of the forearm armor and the shoulders. It gives him that kind of like gorilla-esque vibe with the oversized calves, short truncated thighs, and the big feet. Pretty cool, pretty cool. You've got the gun sticking out here at the bottom. Let's look at his accessories very quickly. He comes with a pair of fists. He comes with this blaster effect that fits inside of his jetpack. And that jetpack fits right in that slot using this peg. Very nice. That looks super sharp. That looks super sharp. Turn it a little bit. His balance is a bit off. The added weight on the jetpack, and there's something going on with the feet where they kind of almost feel like he's rocking on them a bit. I don't know if maybe this piece right here, this tooth here, maybe it might be a little bit too long. Maybe I have to shave that down a bit, just that one. Because just to the touch, it just feels like it protrudes further than the rest of the shoe. So I might actually just shave these center teeth down just a little bit. I don't know. But his balance is a little off. Fortunately, he does have decent articulation, so you can go ahead and move him about with his big old feet. He can create a pretty decent base, and you can get him to stand. I like this pose. It's like he's kind of like walking. Why he's walking with the jetpack blasting, I have no idea, but it looks pretty chill. Okay, I like that. I like that pose. Pretty chill. I like the fact that you can get 90 degrees on that elbow because you can get the gun pretty straight across his chest. For example, you can get it over here if he wanted to style on you while he was licking off. You know, that's pretty wicked. Even a little lower, he can get it across the chest. That's pretty cool. I like that. I like that. So very nice. Considering that he is a behemoth, he gets some pretty actionable poses. And I like what we've got going on with this figure. Absolutely. So let's take a look at some of the awesome detailing on this sculpt. And then we'll jump into today's themed comparison. From the top, I really like the army green. That works for me. There are some features on here that almost make it look like you can interact with them. Like this looks like a button, but it's not. This vent here also kind of gave me the feeling like it might be one of those push open buttons, but I push and nothing opens. It has these ladder style things, which I would imagine would be for the human to get inside the armor. And it would have been cool if this thing opened, but that would be a much, much higher level quality figure. But this is really cool as is, that it really does give the impression that somebody would climb into it. Pretty cool. These shoulder pads, as I mentioned, they lift way up, and they're made of a plastic that is looped around the shoulder peg. So it's a pretty hefty piece of plastic. The shoulder joint itself is a really hefty peg. It is a really hefty ball joint with a peg. Impressive. This piece seems to be a solid piece of plastic by the forearm, and it conceals that huge elbow joint really well. On the other side, we've got the cannon. Not sure if this weapon has a specific name. Anybody that wants to help me out, thank you guys for helping me out in the comments. But I really like this, and it seems to be a double cannon. I like that, pretty cool. I love the star, and I know now that it means Captain America, and I like it even more now because of that. This is a soft piece with a ladder step on it. Almost like if he was wearing a belt. Not sure what's up with that. Very cool. Whoa, these ladder steps are soft, and I almost just broke that one by pressing it down too hard, so be careful. Even the fingers have some decent detailing. And so does the head sculpt. Look at the back. We've got an antenna. Got his jetpack. That has some really good detailing. Just looking at it here through the camera, I mean, the thing looks super authentic. It just looks really authentic, as if it were a real jetpack. Very nice. Looking down by the feet, I like how they have huge manga style calves flailing out, wide feet. Very nice, very nice. Just a look at that ankle joint. And there is no rocker there. Minimal rotation, but there's a little rotation there. Not much, but a little. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. There's more articulation there than what I thought. This is soft. This is somewhat soft. So you can actually, wow, you can get rotation out of the foot. I wasn't aware of that. So look at that. That's going to add a ton of options. So you've got the thigh cut. That's going to give you rotation. And you have another 360-degree rotation at the ankle. Very cool. So there really isn't much rocker, tiny little bit. But you can turn it out. Look at that. So now that is a really weird angle. But oops, as everything falls apart, because I'm just kind of like blown away that you have this kind of articulation and a figure this size. So look at that. That is a great bit of articulation in that foot. I'm glad I took a closer look. Impressive. Very nice. All right, let's get him standing straight up. There we go. All right, so for today's themed comparison, I'm going to bring out a few different figures to give us a sense of how HYDRA Stomper scales up with some other technology from Stark's Enterprises. First off, an Iron Man figure. My Marvel Legends modular Iron Man. So there you go. Took a little effort to get him standing, but he's there. All right, next up, I will bring out a War Machine action figure from Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi. And that is an exquisite action figure, super articulated, and they run a bit large, these action figures, as you can see, compared to modular Iron Man, but he's still dwarfed by the HYDRA Stomper here. I will bring out another Marvel Legends Stealth Iron Man from Marvel Legends. Very, very cool. I will also bring out my SHF Endgame Iron Man. And SHF runs a little bit smaller than even Legends, as you can see there. Just a little bit, not too much. It doesn't fit way out of the park with that line. And we have a pretty decent sense here for how huge the HYDRA Stomper is within the Marvel Legends universe and across a couple of different lines there with some different iterations of technology from Stark's Enterprises. Pretty cool. For a slightly different comparison, a little bit outside of our theme, I'm going to bring in another Marvel Legends action figure. So we have Apocalypse. And you can see HYDRA Stomper is towering over him, despite the fact that Apocalypse is a large dude. Just for a sense of some scale, I'll bring in Laughing Prince Adam, just so you can see what that size comparison looks like. I will also bring out my Mythic Legions Shadow Equadrin. So very cool. HYDRA Stomper is a beast standing even next to an actual beast. So way to go, HYDRA Stomper. Let's go ahead and move. All right, so we're gonna do one final size comparison. I have my Acid Rain Glaucus Infiltrator. So this is a 1/18 scale or 4-inch action figure. And you can get a sense there for how massive the HYDRA Stomper is. Now you might be thinking to yourself, well, what's the point of bringing that little G.I. Joe looking thing in here? Well, the thing about it is that this figure is approximately the size of the human being that would be inside of the HYDRA Stomper. I think it's pretty cool just from the sense of getting an idea for how this figure might scale within the universe if he were standing beside human scaled figures. So that is pretty awesome. And I got to give a double thumbs up to the HYDRA Stomper. All right. That is a very chill scene right there to close today's sharing. Awesome, awesome stuff. HYDRA Stomper is rocking. As always, everybody, it is a ton of fun to take out some time and share the experience of collecting toys as an adult. I hope you're able to find some time and come share some experiences too. Until next time, everybody, take care.